gentlemen, members and friends, Matt Bailey here from SMWS. A whole tranche of amazing whiskies coming out throughout the November and December outturns with drops every single week. It's an exciting outturn period. November and December is one of our biggest outturns leading into the Christmas period. Great time to buy some friends some whiskey. Absolute stocking stuffers. So, one of the whiskies coming up is in the third week of releases on the 28th of November, so the third big week of releases, is actually the first time we've ever seen this code in Australia, and actually the second ever cask we've bottled. 161.2. Isn't it cool? We're up to Distillery 161. A bit of history for you. When I joined the society as a member, I remember Distillery 128, I think, or 127. So 127, an Isla whiskey. I remember they were just coming through into Australia, and then we saw the first ever 132s briefly after that. So we've come a long way. We've come 30 added distilleries in just 10 years, which was pretty incredible, averaging 3 new distilleries a year. This is Distillery 161.2. It's a distillery, an organic whiskey distillery located on the Morven Peninsula in Scotland. Founded by Annabelle Thomas in 2013. So it's a female run and owned distillery, and they make an entirely organic whiskey. You can blame me later for spilling whiskey down the label, which I'm always good at. So this is my first taste of this distillery as produced by ourselves. And when I say produced by ourselves, what I mean by that is these aren't just casks that we've purchased from a distillery and then bottled as society bottlings. That would be disingenuous in my opinion. That's not what an independent bottler is. What we do is, as SMWS and as an independent bottler, is work directly with the producers in filling our own casks and maturing our own whiskey from their distillate. Which means we're controlling the maturation from start to finish. In this case, start to finish is a small number. It's a 5-year-old whiskey. A lot of great whiskey in New World whiskey, I should call it, from all around the world, but including Scotland, is coming out at a younger age. Younger whiskey is not inferior to older. In fact, in many cases, it's actually better. You get this lovely vibrancy to the barley, to the spirit, to the cask, to the everything coming together. This is 5 years in an STR barrique. So first fill STR barrique from the Highland region. I said it's from Morven area. Not to be confused with Malvern in Melbourne. Morven Peninsula. So immediately I get like buttered raisin toast. I get thick toast, I get thick cut raisin toast, I get thyme, like thyme, sprinkled thyme, almost a bit of pickle, red apple, heaps of red apple skin, really like sponge cake and thick white icing. Like, you know, a sponge cake that's got too much icing almost, but you know it's so good. Everyone loves the icing. The icing on the cake, as they'd say. Lots of like thick raisins, honey, dates, prunes, medjool dates. I'm going to go with medjool dates. Organic medjool dates. You know that box of medjool dates you see at the markets, and it's like, you want to buy it, but it's like $70 or something for this box of dates, but you're like, I want to know. That's what this is. I want to know. It's thick and luscious. It's lovely spirit. It's almost got that frangelico, like that frangelico liqueur, a little bit of that, like hazelnut liqueur. Like it's a bit Nutella-y. It's a bit like Nutella in a glass. Nutella with raisins. Let's have a taste. Yeah, it's just as thick and big on the palate as well. That's lovely. Tiny bit of that, almost on the palate, is a tiny bit of like cinnamon jam, like cinnamon and jam sort of thing, like jammy. There's now jam on my raisin toast with a sprinkle of cinnamon sugar on top. This is a decadent whiskey. This is a rich and decadent whiskey. If you love things like New World whiskies, if you love things like Australian whiskey, if you love things like that sort of modern approach to taking whiskey rather than the old school sort of like traditional approach, this is something well worth checking out, and the first ever release from this distillery in Australia that we've ever seen. Very exciting times. This one's available on the 28th of November, our third official week of the November outturn, and it's part of that week's releases, and I'm very excited to bring this to Australia and share with members around the country. What a great club to be a part of. Thank you so much for coming on this journey with us. smws.com.au. If you're not a member, why haven't you joined yet? Absolutely best time to join. Do that soon, and we'll see you soon. Slàinte mhath.